Jared Haas here, recapping the action from the late model stock and late model stock races at Anderson Motor Speedway for the Cars Tour, and that late model stock race did not disappoint. We had a beef, and we also had an amazing finish to the late model stock race. The big thing that happened during the late model stock race was with Landon Huffman and Tyler Reif. Both the drivers were racing hard. Huffman was racing up front before Taylor Scatterfield got loose, decided to park it for the day, and shuffled Huffman back racing with Reif. In those two cars, I was turn 1 and 2 in the entry to that, and they were racing hard. You had Reif and Huffman. Reif was trying to get in underneath him into the corner, and Huffman trying to cut him off. So both of them were racing hard, but that culminated into a turn 3 where it looked like Reif really didn't lift. They made contact way before the corner entry. Reif rode on top of Huffman's car, and they both spun, collecting some other cars as well. So both of those cars went down to pit road. Huffman climbed out of his car to confront Reif. After the tiff with Landon Huffman and Tyler Reif, Reif actually walked down towards Huffman's pit stall and confronted him after he got out of the race car.
Comes in my pit area and I'm going to get thrown out.
After the tiff with Landon Huffman and Tyler Reif, Reif actually walked down towards Huffman's pit stall and confronted him after he got out of the race car. Down here with Landon Huffman, a very disappointing day. You were battling hard with Tyler Reif. First, what happened on the racetrack with you two?
They just ran me over. Just impatience. I mean, it's part of the game, I guess, in late model stock racing right now. So, had a good race car. Just got bodied on the restart. We ran really top 6 all night from the get-go. Had some brake fade and was trying to battle that. And once I got back there with the 4 after the 40 rooted me out of the way, unintentionally just got loose under us on the restart, and then they just ran me over. I don't know. Probably could have, if it would have went green right there, kind of settled in. We definitely had a top 10 car, not as good as we were last year, but the brake stuff was definitely hurting us. Just ran all over us.
So you went, after you got out of your car, down to him. What did you say to him after you got out of the car?
It's unacceptable. You got to do better. If you're going to come into this series and spend the money that they spend to race, you got to be better than that. This is supposed to be the top level of short track racing, and we can't run side by side.
And Tyler came back down to your pit stall. Was it more the same conversation, or did he try to apologize?
No, he come down here to apologize, but to me, sorry, don't fix the race car. I'm tired of the shit. We need more Geek McCaskills and Lee Pulliams running, and less people just coming in and paying for the ride, and that's just what it is. I mean, I'm sure he didn't do it intentionally, but at what point do we draw the line here where we got to learn some racecraft so we can start racing with each other without, tearing up $100,000 race cars?
After the Cars Tour race was done, I tried to find Tyler Reif for comment on the incident. He was nowhere to be found, but did get comments from Landon Huffman on his side of the situation. Now, if that was not enough action for you guys, the finish to the Cars Tour race was a wild one as well. Chase Burgeson looked like he was on his way to win his first Cars Tour race as well, but with only a couple laps to go, he had a right front tire go down. And there, the drivers of Connor Jones and Carson Loftin were right behind, ready to pounce. The three drivers battled, and Carson Loftin was able to secure the win. Here's Loftton on his first career win in the Cars Tour series.
Down here with winner, first-time winner of the Cars Tour, Carson Loftin, no relating to Justin Loftin, too. Carson with 2 to go. It looked like Chase Burgeson had it, but he had some issues. Take me through those last 2 laps.
Yeah, Chase had his beat, fair and square. I don't know if he had a flat right front or what happened to him, and that's something sparking really bad. And what are the odds me and Connor catch him on the last corner of, white flag? So, I took the white flag third, and, Connor went to the top, and it just all worked out. The stars aligned, and he went to the top. The 22 got tight, ran into him, and I just stayed in on the bottom and took advantage of it, because you don't really know how many options or how many times you'll have a shot at a Cars Tour win. And these wins mean so much, if you're trying to make it in racing, because you got to win. Man, it's just special. Just super thankful for the good Lord above for putting me in the spot, and it means a lot.
And you won the pole, had a little bit of adversity though with the restart. Did you, like I said, take me through that restart as well too? That, like I said, you didn't look like you got beat by Bassett,
yeah.
But
honestly, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I think me and Bassett fired at the same time. I was the control car. I spun my tires a little bit. I may not say that I did spin my tires, but I don't know why I went into the back. I really don't know. If he fired before me or not. I feel like we fired at the same time. If anything, he was a little bit early, but nothing too exaggerate. But I was a control car, and I fired in the middle of the box. So I don't really know what that went into play. I can't be too sore about it because I still came out in the win, but I'm sure us and Kip will talk about it because I was pretty upset about it in the moment.
And like I said, in the garage area, you didn't have a ton of people. You didn't have a ton of people helping you out, but you had a handful of those people. You want to shout out those people that were helping you?
Yeah, this guy right here, come here. Mike Darn, he's the man. I can't thank him enough. All right, yeah, you can get out of here.
I gotta go check the shot.
He's the man. He's gave me an opportunity, and working with him means a lot. He's polished me as a race car driver, and it's been the best decision I've ever made running for him. So super thankful for him. Braden, his son, he's my car chief. He's one of my best friends. He's a really good guy. DJ, Richard at home, just everybody. Colby, my spotter. Just everybody that helps out. This one just means a lot, and we'll keep working and try to get us a few more. Just got to thank all of my sponsors and partners: L&R Transmissions, LeBlue Water, QMF Metal and Electronic Solutions, Bryant Shock Technology, Reynolds Racing Chassis, Ding Technology, Jim Dean. I know he's probably watching at home. Hopefully, made him proud. And Billy Banks Racing Engines for all they do. Just super thankful for this opportunity, and hopefully we can go chase a few more.
Anderson Motor Speedway tonight, the night for first-time winners, and Carson Loftin is a Cars Tour winner.
Second place was the same for Connor Jones, who finished second in both the Pro Late Model and the Late Model Stock race. Let's hear from Jones.
Down here with Connor Jones, so close to both wins, second place in the Pro Late Model and Late Model Stock. First, the Pro Late Model race, you had to overcome quite a bit, starting, I think, ninth, I believe, too. What was the difference maker for you making it up to the field, passing those 7 spots compared to those other drivers?
Just being aggressive the whole time. I probably burned my tires up first 50, but just being aggressive. We didn't have enough for the 31 there at the end. We were too tight. But hats off to my CJR crew. They did one heck of a job today and this whole weekend. Tyler brings bad to the bone race cars every week, so I'm excited to finish out the year with these guys.
And now in the late model stock race, Chase Burgeson has a problem, and you're, well, he's right there battling with Loftton as well, Carson Loftin. Take me through that scenario where you're trying to decide which way to go.
Yeah, I mean, I guess ultimately, I could have made the wrong decision. I don't know. I mean, I come down. I don't know that Loftton wouldn't have lifted me up, but and drove me into the 22 and still won the race. So either way, the 20 definitely, Carson definitely had the best car tonight. We were too tight there at the end. I couldn't run nowhere at the top, but it happens. Brake fan, the right front brake fan went out like 5-10 laps in, so we built a lot of heat in the right front, got tight, but my Carroll Speed Shop guys are one of a kind. They're really good. They work their tails off every weekend and to bring bad to the bone race cars to the track. But that IBCI Chevy was something else tonight.
Connor Jones, second place in both races in the Cars Tour tonight.
Heartbreak for Chase Burgeson, who was there, almost going to get his first career win in the Cars Tour Series with a flat tire ruining it. Let's hear from third place finisher Chase Burgeson.
Down here with Chase Burgeson, oh so close to his first career fin, but a third place finish. But you were leading with a couple laps to go. What happened?
With about 10 to go, I could start feeling the right front, getting a little soft, and I knew I've had a right front go down in previous races at South Boston or just other places in my experience with the stock, and I felt it going in turn one, and I knew right then and there, I was like, this is a right front going down. I mean, usually you don't feel the car start hitting the track when you're that late into a run. Once I started feeling it hitting again, I was like, well, we got a right front or something going down. And obviously we came to 2 to go, and I was on the rim, and the entire gap I had was just completely gone. And they just got me. I wish the gap was a little bit bigger. I might be able to lip it on home with the right front flat, but I'm so heartbroken, and I feel like I let my guys down, but I also don't feel like I let anyone down. I mean, I had no expectations, no pressure put on myself for this weekend, really. I was here to have fun and learn with Lee and really just be a second driver with Carson Brown, and ended up almost stealing the show and winning the damn thing. So I can't thank everyone at Lee Pulling Performance enough. They put on the best cars for me on a weekly basis, and really I wouldn't be anything without them, and everyone on the crew. They give me the best stuff and give me the best info and make everything easier for me as a driver.
So close, but I did hear that you won some races last week at Tri-County, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so the only reason we're actually racing this race is because we won Tri-County last weekend, which is my first career win in the late model stock. So that was an awesome weekend, and it was honestly going through the back of my mind, and in this race when I was leading with 5 to go, like, am I really about to go back-to-back with my first 2 career wins and all of a sudden win a car series after not even winning anything? But just sucks. I'm just glad I made my presence known, finally put my name on the radar. Like, I felt like I've been able to. I've been racing some big names all year long in the stock division, like Peyton Sellers and Trevor Warden, like that. But obviously I haven't been able to dabble my feet in the Cars Tour. And first chance I got to this year at Langley, I was top 10-ish. But this time I really got to prove my point and prove who I really am.
What's the biggest thing you've learned so far this year racing the Cars Tour? Like you've been making leaps and strides.
The biggest thing I learned in the Cars Tour, just from local stock races to these races, is these guys don't play. Like, from restart 1 to final lap, like it's go time from the moment you pull your gear and you hit that green flag. So there's literally no leniency, no chilling. You're constantly on the chip and pushing in the stocks, and I mean, I love that mentality, and it produces some badass, awesome racing like today. And I felt like we put on a show today in the stock division. It wasn't too much of a mess, and obviously it was a good finish. And just happy to be here.
Chase Burgeson knocking on that door with a third place finish.
In the pro late model race, it was a little bit tamer after the chaos that happened during the Hickory race for the pro late models. Brody Monahan pretty much went wire to wire and won his first Cars Tour race. Let's hear from Brody.
Down here with Brody Monahan, first career win here in the Cars Tours. First, take me through your emotions. First career win here.
Yeah, I'm over the moon right now. You know, it's a lot of hard work goes into these races and everything, and preparing yourself, and I couldn't be happier with our performance today.
How big's the operation that you're working with this team?
We got a few cars, you know, a decent sized shop and a nice trailer. My dad's poured his heart and soul into it, and getting putting himself in a position to have all these things and be able to go race on this level. So it means a lot to do it for him.
And what was the one, like I said, I know the career highs, what was the one that you're like almost got away? Did you feel like you're just like, man, that was so close on that too?
Yeah, I mean, there was one night at Speed Weeks where we got taken out with a couple laps to go, but honestly, you know, nobody really knows, well, because it didn't really show, but the last race at Hickory, I felt like we had brought one of the best cars there, and I was the one that kept us from victory lane with my mistakes, and so it's just been a lot of reflecting since the last race, and making sure I didn't make those mistakes again to have a good performance today.
Brody is a winner in the Cars Tour Series.
Thank you for so much for watching. As always, like and subscribe. That really helps get content out to you guys. And until next time, as always, make sure to have a great race weekend.